because we've been watching, for the last 5 years, we've been watching a lot of stuff that is coming in Hollywood. And we've been asking ourselves, why are these people making this stuff? This is not what the audience want to see. They are so out of touch with what people want, and now it kind of makes sense. Hey, what's up, what's up? So the elections happened in the United States of America. Trump won. Yeah, I know that some people are pro, others are against. But I'm not here to discuss that because American politics is just too complicated. I'm here to talk about an observation that I made during this particular period, especially the campaign period. Now, when it comes to the American society currently with Kamala and Trump, because those were the two main players in this particular game, in this particular election, you could tell that there was a balance between the two. When I went on social media, there was a balance between the two. You could tell that a certain group were pro-Kamala, a certain group was pro-Trump. Every time I went on X, I could kind of see that balance within my feed. When I went on TikTok, I saw the same thing. There were people who were pro-Kamala, there were people who were pro-Trump. There are a lot of black people complaining about Obama and the men being bullied by Obama into voting for Kamala. And I was like, yeah, I can see a certain balance when it comes to opinions on social media. When I went on YouTube, on my feeds, saw the same thing. Even on New to You on YouTube, saw the same thing. There are people who are pro-Kamala, there are people who are pro-Trump, and there was a balance. Now the elections happened, the election ends, and you look at the final results, and you get Trump to something, you get Kamala to something. There is what? There is a balance. You feel a balance between the two. Yes, Kamala lost. Yes, Trump won. But it's 2-something versus 2-something. So there is that balance of, there's a large group of people who voted for Kamala. There's a large group of people who voted for Trump. Now, let's talk about Hollywood stars, because first of all, the Hollywood stars who never spoke up, I respect them. The Hollywood actors and producers and whoever who never said anything about the election, I respect the fact that they respected their audience enough not to open their mouth, because you don't have the right to advise people on who they should elect, especially if your job is to entertain. So, I'm an entertainer, and I don't have a right to tell the other entertainers what they should tell their followers. I know it's complicated, but generally, I respect those people. I respect the actors and the directors and the musicians who never spoke out. They just went and voted. All those who are pushing people to vote, rather than saying you should vote this side or this side, they were just saying go out and vote. I respect that. But did you guys notice just how much, when it comes to Hollywood actors, how much they were leaning towards one particular side? Now I know that I'm not saying that the whole Hollywood community voted for one side, but the loudest people, you know, the A-stars, the people who are like super big, a lot of them who came out were leaning towards one side. And you did not have enough people. The same way with the results, the same way with people on TikTok, or the same way with the society, the audience. You did not feel that balance. You didn't feel people who were outspoken for one particular group and people who were equally outspoken about the other group. Everything that I came across on YouTube, and any star that I saw speaking, musicians, actors, whoever, during the campaign period, every time they popped up, they were always leaning towards one side. I did not feel the equal to that. I did not feel that, yes, you have this balance of these people speaking for this person, you have these people speaking for this person. The only time that I saw that was the Batista and Undertaker, thing, whereby Batista is pro this and he says this about this person, and then Undertaker pops up. That was the only time that I kind of saw that particular fair and equal balance of this election period and the campaign. But when it comes to the actors speaking up, you saw people coming together, having a reunion. You'd expect them to have a reunion because it's a special anniversary, but you have this reunion for people to actually tell their audience who they should vote for. Now, I'm not saying that they should not tell the audience. I'm not telling them what they're supposed to do with their influence, but it was just interesting for me to just see how much this particular group of people were leaning so much towards one side, and yet their star power did not push their person over the edge. They did not give them the edge. And now I'm just left with so many questions. Like, I'm starting to reevaluate Hollywood in general, because I'm sure there were a lot of voices who were pro the other guy, who were pro Trump. Actually, that's the truth. I'm sure there were a lot of people who, but they couldn't be vocal, because if they were vocal, if you are vocal, you'll be labeled this and this and this. You know, if you are vocal about one side, because it doesn't make sense. Hollywood is supposed to be a reflection of the society. And if you look at the society, even if you were to look at the society, even after the election, and you look at the results, that tells you the kind of audience that you have already. There are audiences that are pro one group. There's a good chunk of people who are pro one group. There's the 200-200 ratio. And so you don't see that with all those people who came out to speak for a particular campaign during the campaign season. Ideally, you should have seen that balance in the Hollywood actors who came out to speak out. You would have seen that actors going like, we are pro this, and other actors going, we are pro that, and you feel that kind of balance. But you didn't feel it, because it looks like if you're to speak for this particular group, yeah, you'll be, you're not one of us, you are something else. Apart from Zachary Levi, that's the only person who I saw speak in a different tone, outside what other people are talking about. But as I said, I'm sure there are a lot of actors and producers and directors who voted for Trump, but they couldn't say it loudly because of how they would get treated after that. But anyway, it's just something interesting that I was thinking about, something that I needed to share it with you guys. I just wonder what you guys think, because it's just fascinating. It's just fascinating how sometimes you look at Hollywood and you realize just how out of touch that industry is with the people. And it makes a lot of sense in the kind of production that they've been making, because we've been watching, for the last 5 years, we've been watching a lot of stuff that is coming in Hollywood. And we've been asking ourselves, why are these people making this stuff? This is not what the audience want to see. They are so out of touch with what people want. And now it kind of makes sense, because they live in this utopia whereby they are kind of disconnected from what is happening on the ground, what is happening with the ordinary person. And that's why you did not feel, I believe, this is my opinion, I believe that's why you did not feel that balance, that whereby you have a fair fight, even in the Hollywood elites, whereby a large group of people are vocal about this group, a large group of people are vocal about this group. And so you have that fair fight. And when one wins, they have won, you move on, you keep moving forward. But you did not see that. Anyway, what did you think about it? If you're an American, I'd really like to hear from you. I know that emotions are running high, but it goes to show you, even with these musicians, with these entertainers, you kind of see a pattern, and it just makes a lot of sense right now why we have so much garbage on our screens. So basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. I shall see you on the next one. Adios.